On this episode of China Uncensored, China's big military problem. Hi, welcome to China Uncensored. Ladies and gentlemen, I have just come back from top secret talks at the Pentagon. I swore an oath of secrecy, so don't even think about trying to drag it out of me. On a completely different topic that's totally unrelated to my secret talks at the Pentagon, for years, the U.S. has worried about the rapid development of China's military. They have the largest standing army in the world, a growing defense budget that just hit $120 billion last year, and a layer of smog that can defend against lasers. Meanwhile, the U.S. Defense Secretary wants to shrink the U.S. Army to pre-World War II levels, and Congress has agreed to a military budget of just under $500 billion. That's not even more than the next 13 countries combined anymore. So does that mean we should all get ready to pack it in and move to Canada before the inevitable invasion from China, digitally altered in post-production to look like North Korea? No way! These colors don't run, because America has a secret weapon: our diet. According to research from China's General Armament Department, in the last 20 years, Chinese soldiers on average have grown taller by more than 3/4 of an inch and bigger by almost 2 inches around the waist. That means they're too big for their own tanks and guns. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. A lot of China's military hardware, the tanks, the guns, were made for the soldiers of 30 years ago, a time when China was suffering from rationing and poor nutrition. Even though Mao always seemed to be well-fed, more than 50 years ago, food was so scarce that people joined the military just so they could get military rations. That proved to be a key factor in Chinese strategy during the Korean War. Even though the Chinese military wasn't as well equipped as the U.S. had one fatal weakness Chinese troops were able to exploit. U.S. troops could only fire so many bullets at a time. By sending wave after wave of their own men, the PLA were able to counter the American forces, resulting in a victorious military stalemate between North and South Korea that endures to this day, and only cost about 600,000 Chinese soldiers their lives. But even those brilliant military strategists couldn't have foreseen that a better-fed population would actually weaken the PLA. And so, even though China has seen double-digit growth in military spending, some of that is just going into reconfiguring existing gear so soldiers can actually fit in it. So, what do you think about the U.S.'s new weaponized McDonaldization? Leave your comments below or on the China Uncensored Facebook page. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time.